Morning world. It is Monday, February 7th. How are you guys feeling this morning? Another week of shows coming your way. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, I am your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Good to be here with you for another morning, man. Got a lot to get into this morning. We're not going to waste time breaking it down. Appreciate you guys for being up with me, man. You guys always showing love, always supporting the show. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. And just know if you can't sit here and watch the entire show, that is okay. Download the Kontender app, the Kontender, where you can hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. And you will hear the Windy City Breeze, the morning breeze over there from 6 to 9, Monday through Friday, like you were sitting right here in the room. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing so much love, man. Interesting week of sports ahead of us, right? An interesting week of sports ahead of us. First off, Super Bowl week. We got the Super Bowl this weekend, so we got to get into a little bit of that. Man, what are you guys doing leading up to the Super Bowl? How are you prepping for the bowl? And then, of course, NBA trade deadline, fast approaching. We're within 3 days. We're coming down to the final 3 days of the deadline. Who's not going to be where they are right now? Who's benefiting most from the deadline right now based on the moves we've already seen? We saw a couple of moves yesterday that are going to change the game right there. Karis LeVert going out to Cleveland. Oh, the East is scary. What's going on out west? Oh, snap. Norman Powell's dropping 28 in his debut in 20 minutes. I watched that one. Now it's getting scary. Now comes the fun part. What's AK going to do to match? Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. And that's really where we're going to start. Who we got in the building? We got New Era in the building. New Era, what's going on? EJ in the building. Oscar in the building. Spice Band's in the building. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for pulling up, rocking with us. Shay's in the chat. What's going on, Shay? Have yourself a day, my good boy. Kenny Keiss in the building. He's only chiming in just so he knows. I know he's here. That's my boy. Let's get into it, man, because the NBA Eastern Conference just got a little different. Or did it? Right? Because we always have these conversations where we say, oh, man, that team just added this name. He's going to go crazy over there. That team just added this name. He's going to go crazy over there. These guys are doing this. This is going to... Yeah. It's going to be interesting, right? Because the Cleveland Cavaliers just added Karis LeVert to their lineup. Just added him. All right. Interesting move. I like it. I think it on paper makes this team more deadly, right? But now you got to figure out, how do we get everybody to fit together? Now comes the fun part. How do these guys fit together? How do these guys work together? Because Karis LeVert has done the dominant things that he's done. The 40-point game he just dropped on Io's head. And yes, I said on Io's head. That's okay to say. I understand he's a rookie. He got a good chunk of that 40 dropped on his dome. He dropped most of that 40 in that game at point guard, not at 2. A lot of what he's done has been at the point guard position, not at the 2. So this is the fun part, right? Where we see the names moving around. We see Karis LeVert over here, but how does the impact happen? How does it actually impact the East? On paper, I love the move for Cleveland. You basically gave up a couple of picks. You gave up a first and 2 seconds, and it's a lottery protected first. So if it's a pick that's worth like maybe a game changing piece, lottery's what? All the way through 15, right? Top 15 or lottery? So it's gonna be a fun time seeing how they piece these guys together. Because to me, you just went and got 2 point guards. Is that not the problem you had before with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland? Clearly, both of these guys can play. I don't think there was ever a question of can Colin Sexton and Darius Garland play. I think the question came in on can they exist? We've seen a lot of people try to put similar players together, and it does not work. Listen, as much as we like the combination of it, Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum does not work to get you an NBA championship. As much as we enjoy the combination of it, John Wall and Bradley Beal did not work. Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, take it back, did not work. So an interesting move there by the Cavs to bring in another PG. And to me, I got to see how it plays out before I say how it's going to shape the East. But at a minimum, on paper, I will say I like the look of it. I like the look of it. I like the idea of what it could become for the Cavs. And that's a team that the Bulls already had issues with, right? That's the teams that Brooklyn already had issues with, that Miami already had issues with. And so if that's the case, if that's how the situation plays out, right? Does that and Karis LeVert push them further into being a problem? Because now, let's be real, the biggest problem they had was there wasn't a ton of scoring options. Larry Markkinen was what? Probably a next best scoring option besides Darius Garland. And now when you see a move like that, how does it force these teams' hands? That's the big part. How does it force their hand? How does this force AK's hand? How does this force Brooklyn's hand to make a move? Does it? Oscar says LeVert might be a backup plan. If Sexton leaves in the offseason, he's a restricted free agent. I would move on from Colin Sexton if I'm them. That plan's failed already, right? If I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers, Colin Sexton isn't a part of my future. Colin Sexton is a part of my future in the sense that I'm going to either get picks back or a player for him. He's not a part of my future. Darius Garland is showing you that he can be the future of this team and that he's running this team better than Colin Sexton did. Now, I don't think that's any shot at Colin Sexton. I think you just were trying to make it work with 2 point guards. It's not going to work that way. Now, you are taking a chance here. Like Oscar said, restricted free agent. LeVert might dip. LeVert might not want to be in Cleveland. That's a we'll see thing here, but you're taking a chance. You're getting him in there essentially hoping that you can win him over while he's in the city. And so I think Cleveland's going to be an interesting place, especially with that trade going down. I think that Cleveland's going to be interesting. I think they were already an interesting team. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're being honest, like you watch it and you're just like, why is it working? I get that they're playing bully ball, but I mean, like, why is it working? Oscar Sexton was a shooter. Garland is the playmaker. They worked well with each other. Not really. Not really. Not to a winning record. Not to the playoffs. See, there's a difference with just being able to work together and actually working together for wins. This team wasn't heading in the right direction when they both were on the court together. And it's not to say it's a shot at anybody. I think they drafted poorly. I think Colin Sexton is a good enough player that he's the most double teamed player, or he was the most double teamed player in the league last year. Still got buckets. Darius Garland, right now, we're seeing what he can do, buckets. I just think very poor construction of the team. And you drafted them back-to-back seasons, right? It was like, oh, we got this guy, and also we've got this guy. What do they do? Same thing. Oh, okay. They're not going to be in each other's way, are they? Nah. Clearly in each other's way. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see. To me, even while Sexton's hurt, I'd move on from Sexton. If they're smart within the next 3 days, I'd move on from Sexton. And to me, LeVert kind of just sealed that deal, in my opinion. LeVert's the move that seals that deal. You know what I'm saying? So an interesting move there. How does the East react? How do our Bulls react? What is the Bulls' plans here? We've heard that the Bulls have multiple trade packages in place. We've heard that they're showing a lot of interest in multiple pieces. We saw that they're interested in Dennis Schroeder, which I could be talked into. We saw that they're interested in Jakob Poeltl this weekend. Of course, we've been hearing the Jeremy Grant stuff the entire time. So how does this team? What is AK's go-to move here? Right? What is AK's go-to move here? And we heard DeMar last night. DeMar looked into the camera after Casey Johnson asked him. I think it was Casey Johnson. The Bulls have enough pieces to win it all. Here's what he said.
Let's go out there and see if we can get something bigger, better, and try and go for this thing. We missing Lonzo Ball, one of the top point guards in the league. Alex Caruso, one of the best defenders in this league. Patrick Williams, one of the young stars in this league. We haven't had those guys, and we have them, and they'll be back. We don't need to worry or stress about having nobody else. Those three right there, I guarantee you every team in this NBA wish they had those three guys. So we gonna get those guys back, and we'll be fine.
So is DeMar DeRozan right? Or do the Bulls need more help? Right? Let's be real. The things we're asking for is what? Size, length, ability to defend, ability to get rebounds. That's what we're asking for from this trade deadline. That could be Pat Will. Now, Pat Will early in his career, not to say that he's been bad, but he's been more of a, I guess you could say, a Jeremy Grant kind of player, where he's had the ability to score, he's had the ability to defend, hasn't really impacted the rebounding as much. Now, he's impacted it from the sense that he's made life easier for Vooch to grab the board, but he hasn't impacted it in the sense that it's led to him coming down with the rebounding numbers. And so do you still need that size? Do you still need somebody that can step in there and help Vooch out rebounding wise? Is that where a Jakob Poeltl comes in? I think that I listened to DeMar's comments, and I don't think that he's wrong, because I saw what this team was able to do when they were 100%. I'm also not going to overreact to that. But the question mark is this team ever going to be 100% again, right? That's what you have to look at. Is this team heading into the playoffs? Yes, guys are going to be coming back off of surgery. Are they going to be 100%? Zach LaVine's having back spasm issues. That can flare up at any time. That's something that could flare up at any time during the season. You got Caruso out with a wrist injury. He's going to be reevaluated in 6 to 8 weeks. Lonzo Ball coming back in 6 to 8 weeks. Derrick Jones Jr. coming back in 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, those are great names to have in there. And P. Will possibly coming back before the end of this season. But is P. Will going to come back and just be ready to go day one, play one? That's a big if. Because as much as we love P. Will, there are still some question marks revolving around him. And that's okay. He's basically still a rookie. Yeah, I'm saying it's one of those where when I look at what DeMar DeRozan is saying, like, I understand that a lot of the pieces that we're asking for to be here that would make the difference here are pieces that could possibly already be in the building and are just hurt. Big question mark there. But is that piece already in the building? Is that why? Is that the reason we may not see AK make a move for a big man? In my opinion, you still need a big man regardless. So I hear what DeMar's saying. Also, it's always a weird question to me where it's like the reporter chimes in. He's like, "Hey, so do you think you guys should trade your guys, or what's going on with that? Like, what do you expect DeMar DeRozan to say?" But it's one of those that I get why DeMar is saying what he's saying. Like, it's not oh, he's just protecting his guys. Like, honestly, if you look at it, the things we're asking for out of a big man, Patrick Will can bring you that. the things we're asking for at the point guard position. Guess what? Lonzo Ball's here. Defensively, the Bulls have dropped from 5th to 23. Apparently, Alex Caruso's the key to the defense. And so those things that the Bulls are lacking right now are all on the team. And for the most part, we've seen most of it. So I don't think that it's just DeMar DeRozan talking out of his butt, saying, like, standing up for his teammates. I really think that DeMar has a good point there. But I would still like to see you go get that big man depth. It's literally Vooch and nobody. Like, legitimately, it's Vooch and the rest of us. Tony Bradley is essentially just me and Ringo on my shoulders. So I hear what DeMar DeRozan is saying. I agree with what DeMar DeRozan is saying, but I would still like to see AK make some moves. I don't think you get rid of these core guys. I don't think you go get rid of not for Jakob Poeltl anyway. Now, I guess if there's a Bagley deal on the table and you can get Schroeder in there, you can move on from Kobe, but not for a Jakob Poeltl. I can't follow kids' line of thinking with that one. And the rest of the guys we're looking for is probably the buyout market, right? And you don't know if they're going to come here. That's the thing. There's no guarantee on the buyout market you're going to get the guy you want. There's no guarantee you're going to get the guy you want in this whole situation. And so to me, you might as well see if you can get that deal done for a guy that's going to have a real name with it. I don't think they're moving off of Christian Wood. I don't think Detroit's moving off of Jeremy Grant, to be honest with you. I don't. And so the trade deadline continues to spice up. Looking at Brooklyn. To me, there's nothing Brooklyn can do to fix their team. To me, Brooklyn, there's nothing that Brooklyn can do to fix what their team is because of how they constructed their team. The trade deadline does not matter. There's one thing that fixes Brooklyn: get Kevin Durant back. There's nothing else that's going to fix that team. Because you're not going to move James Harden, apparently, according to Steve Nash. You're not moving off of the names that are in the building that actually could bring you something. More than likely, nobody wants to deal with Kyrie right now. And I think Kyrie's a much more major piece for you to win a championship than James Harden is. And you're not getting rid of Kevin Durant. So Brooklyn is a team to me that is in, if this guy's done, we're struck. And you can see it. There's no one else on this team that makes an impact besides Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Out west, what are they up to? 9 straight now? 9 straight losses? Or did they get a win last night? Did they play last night? I don't think they played last night. Oh, they played. Up to their 9th straight loss. Denver dominating them. Here's your stat line. Kyrie with 27, 5, and 11. Blake Griffin, 19, 4, and 2. Cam Thomas had 20 points. James Harden not playing due to left hamstring tightness. That team's constructed very top heavy. And I think you gave up a lot of pieces that could have made you a much more formidable team to get James Harden in the building, who also, by the way, does not want to be in the building essentially anymore. Basically says, hey, listen, yeah, this was not what I was anticipating. This is not what I'm looking for to be around here. And that's getting beat by a team last night that's struggling in every way. They've got so many injuries. They've got so many injuries out in Denver. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got blown out by that team? I've said this for a while. Listen, any team that loses Kevin Durant is not going to be a finals contender anymore, right? And that's not to say Kevin Durant's gone for the season or anything. Like, he'll be back. But I understand a drop-off in production. But to me, this team is built for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to be successful. And if they're not, we suck. That's a scary thing. And really, it's built for Kevin, Kyrie, and James to be successful. And if they're not, we suck. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Now, listen, by playoff time, they could all just, you know what I'm saying, figure out how to play together. All of a sudden, they're playing great basketball and make a run to the finals. But are they going to be able to? We haven't seen the health of Kyrie Irving in any season. We've never seen Kyrie healthy. Kevin Durant these last few seasons has struggled himself to stay healthy. One major injury, couple few nagging things here and there through the season. Lingering into the playoffs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so very interesting construction there for me. As it stands right now, Bulls are second in the East. Brooklyn has dropped all the way to 7th. And it's not far. The 8th seed right now is the Boston Celtics, 4.5 games back. So the construction of this team coming out of this trade deadline as winners really, really matters for each of these teams. Coming out of this trade deadline as winners really matters for each of these teams. Cleveland coming out as a winner. They're top 4 right now. Where do they finish in that thing? If it does work, if LeVert does work, and LeVert and Garland is a nice pairing, where do they finish in that thing? Shay said, let's be honest. Would you rather have the Bulls problems right now or Brooklyn Nets problems? Because the way I see it, the Bulls still weather the storm without some of their best players. Brooklyn can't. Give me Brooklyn's problems all day. Brooklyn's problems include Kevin Durant. There's no problem that can't be healed by the Band-Aid of bam, Kevin Durant. I love that our squad's deeper. I love that it's constructed better. But there's no Kevin Durant here. We could talk about DMVP. We could talk about Flight 8. We can talk about Gucci Mane. There's no easy money sniper in the building. There's no Durantula. You know what I'm saying? Give me Brooklyn's problems all day. Brooklyn's problems is that Kyrie Irving doesn't want to be on the court. Not that he doesn't want to be on the court, that Kyrie Irving doesn't want to get the vaccine. And so, yeah, I'm saying, like, he's going to be on and off. He can pay the fines through the finals, through the playoffs to play. Yeah, give me the problems that monies can solve. Give me the problem that money can solve. Bam, Kevin Durant. Oh, look at that. Are we down in this game? Bam, Kevin Durant. Who makes the most impact here? Does Philly move on from Ben Simmons? The Cavaliers move. Are the Cavs done? Are they going to make some impact moves here? Are the Bulls in a position to make moves? That's the bigger question. A lot of pieces missing. Could throw off the chemistry. Are you in a position to make moves? That's the bigger question. And I think the Miami Heat kind of stand pat because they got pieces coming back. I think they stick with what they got because they got pieces that are coming back. Is Oli back yet? Oli's still out, but I believe Oli's set to return soon here. So that's gonna be in it. The East is crazy right now. How tight it is. The East is crazy right now. How tight it is, dog. Bulls lose last night. Go to second. They're basically just ahead of Milwaukee in win percentage. Milwaukee with the dub last night. They stay in third. Cleveland's in fourth. They're a game back. How crazy how tight the East is right now. And so all of these moves matter. All of these moves matter because literally the Bulls lose 4 games. Guess what? We're in the play-in. And the question mark there is, right? So here's my question to Bulls fans in this situation. Should the Bulls be worried about where they're seated? And the reason I say that, or really any team in the East right now, should they be worried about where they're seated? The reason I say that, every team here we talk about as being competitive going into the playoffs. Right now, Miami is number 1, Bulls are 2, Milwaukee's 3, Cleveland's 4, Philly's 5, Toronto's 6, Brooklyn is 7, Boston is 8, Charlotte's 9, Atlanta 10, just for play-in purposes. Every one of those teams could give you a tough series. If the Bulls play Boston, it's probably not going to be a sweep. Bulls versus Brooklyn, fully healthy, scary. Bulls versus the Raptors. We've seen what the Raptors can do. They're a much more scrappy team than people give them credit for. They're a better team than they played as. I told you guys the other day, they're probably a 4 or 5 seed, to be honest with you. We know what Philly does to us, 10-0. Embiid's 10-0. Cleveland has the size to cause issues. Milwaukee has Giannis and them boys. If all three of them boys are clicking, that's a problem to deal with. Miami has beat us all year. I just named you the entire Eastern Conference. Does the seeding matter? Now, more so, I understand, for home court advantage, things like that it matters in that situation. But if the Bulls were to drop a few games and all of a sudden they drop the 7th, is it, oh my God, the Bulls are done? Or is it, no, the Bulls are dealing with some injuries right now, but it doesn't matter because guess what? We could have been playing these mugs anyway. It just sucks that they have home court advantage. Should teams in the East be worried about seeding? Let me know in the comments, man. Because to me, also like the video, subscribe to the page. Do this every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. To me, I'm looking at this situation and saying, okay, yeah, the Bulls dropped the 2nd. If they drop a couple, they could drop the 7th or 8th. But at that same time, are they going to be in a bad position either way? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be in a bad position either way? And here's the thing, right? Say the Bulls drop the 5th or 6th, and they play Milwaukee in the first round. And they win the first game in Milwaukee. There goes their home court advantage. As long as you get the job done at home. Right? There goes your home court advantage. As long as you get the job done at home, which if you don't get the job done at home in either series, there goes your home court advantage. So to me, heading into this offseason, or heading towards the playoffs, heading closer to the playoffs, I'm almost saying I'm not worried about whether the Bulls are the first seed or not. Like, I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to talk trash to Ringo and stuff like that. Bulls over Miami, Miami over the Bulls. We had that back and forth all season. But if we're being honest about it, like, the home court advantage matters if you get game 1. If you don't get game 1, that advantage is now taken away as long as you get the job done on the road or at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the reason why we say, like why we care and why we want it, and we want to finish first in the East, and we want the title, and we won the East is ours, blah, 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 all of that. But does it really matter when it's all said and done? Especially when your team's hurt. Because this is the thing, right? We dropped to the 7th seed. Let's say we flip-flop. We dropped to the 7th seed, but this Bulls team is fully healthy. Is there a team in this Eastern Conference you're worried about? Maybe Philly because of how they keep beating us. But we haven't played them fully healthy yet. But if we're playing Miami fully healthy, all right, let's have ourselves a series. Milwaukee fully healthy, all right, let's have ourselves a series. That's the thing, right? Being higher, you avoid those bigger name teams. But guess what? Some of them are at the bottom. Brooklyn's at 7 right now. Say Brooklyn stays at 7. They just can't get it together. But all of a sudden, Kevin Durant comes back at the end of the season. Now you got a 7. Right now, the Bulls play Brooklyn in the first round. Are we really going to say we're cakewalking through Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? And so it's interesting to me when I see it, like, I love to avoid the top teams in the East, but let's be real. The East is so deep, it doesn't even matter. The only advantage you're getting is if you play maybe a Boston because of how much in flux they are. Or if you play a Charlotte just because of how young they are. But Atlanta was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. If they make it. Now, they haven't shown me that they're that level of talent this season, but who knows if they're able to get it together. So to me, it's going to be interesting to see what this team does going down the stretch, man. How this team is able to make that final push. How this team is able to make that final push. That's going to be the most important thing for this, for everybody in this Eastern Conference, but for us, for Bulls fans, the Bulls. Are you going to be able to keep your head afloat where you've been at? Are you going to sink a little bit? And if you do, doesn't matter. That's what you got to see, man. That's what you got to see. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Appreciate y'all for tuning in with us, rocking with us, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. You had some good conversation already this morning. We got plenty more coming your way. Going to take a quick break. Come back on the other side, break down some more NBA trade possibilities. See 47 people in the building, man. 14 likes. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the page. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us early. It's the Morning Breeze. The Bulls, to me, and maybe this is the first time I'm saying it on here, and this is why you have to make a move before the break and go for it. The Bulls, to me, absolutely have the makings of a championship roster. 100%. They have a championship roster right now. But you have to add to it because these other teams also have that championship level roster. So it's not just about having a championship roster. It's also about, do you have enough to beat the other teams with a championship roster? And right now, I don't know if the Bulls have that. Right now, I don't know if the Bulls have that. Because I'll tell you this right now, and we're going to talk about this on the live show. By the way, we will be live tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. For all of you people that are up early going into work, tune into the show, man. The Morning Breeze starts tomorrow. We're going to be live every week, Monday through Friday. And we're going to be breaking this down. But when Kyrie Irving comes back to the NBA, I've said this all year. It's Brooklyn's league, and the rest of us are in it. Now, there's going to take some time for him to get acclimated. Of course, now he's dealing with the health and safety protocols. There's going to be some time with that. But if we continue to do that, if we continue down that path where one day he comes back, then we're in a position where Kyrie Irving is the key to unlocking Brooklyn. And if they're fully healthy, and at this point, it doesn't even matter. We've sat here all season and talked about the struggle that James Harden is going to have. We've talked about all season, like, oh, he can't do it. They're not going to win a championship. James Harden is not a factor anymore if Kyrie Irving is 100% healthy. Now, of course, there's still the fact that I say that we've never seen Kyrie 100% healthy. The one time we saw him healthy, he helped win a championship. Yeah, I'm saying. But to me, that's the biggest thing that the Bulls have going for them. The unknown of Kyrie. But now you have to add to your roster because he's back. So if he's healthy, if he's playing along with Kevin Durant, who's been dominating the NBA, the league is theirs. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Golden State, okay. I love it. I love what Steph is doing. I love how they're playing defense. But the league is theirs. And I hate to say it like that. So now you have to figure out, how do you improve your roster to get to the point where the league isn't theirs? How do you get to the point where like I said, championship roster is already here, adding to a championship roster to make it more of a championship roster when it's 100% healthy? We've seen a lot of championship rosters get beat. A lot of them. Shaq and Penny had a championship roster, got beat. Scottie Pippen and them boys, when he was in Portland, had a championship roster, got beat. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot of consistent championship rosters get beat. Championship level rosters get beat by better championship. How do we get to that point? And so now you're looking at who can you add to this team. And AK told you he's still going to add. Welcome back into the Morning Breeze, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We are live on YouTube. We're also live over on the Contender where you can hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock, man. Download the Contender app in the Apple Play or the Google Play Store, the App Store, or the Google Play Store, whatever they little stores are called. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us this morning, man. Might be time to update the video. Might be time to update the video a little bit, man. I set it up. It's a good video to have in the system, dog. But literally coming on here talking about, yeah, Brooklyn's poorly constructed, and then you hear the video as I'm walking around doing stuff upstairs real quick, and it's just like, oh yeah, and Kyrie Irving is the key to unlocking Brooklyn's potential, and they're gonna go all the way. I mean, I might not be wrong, but it's looking bad right now. That's all right. I stand by the take. It's been an interesting morning, dog. It's been an interesting morning. One of those rip and run kind of mornings. A lot goes into making a show like this work. And if you wake up a little bit later than normal, or a lot of bit later than normal, you end up like front flipping into the room, just landing in the chair, starting it off. Hey, what's going on, brother? So I'm glad to be here with you this morning, man. Glad to be in the building with you guys. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. And listen, we got a lot of stuff that we want to give back to you. We got a lot of stuff that we want to give back to you because you guys have given us so much. We just reached 12,000 subscribers last night. 12K in the building, baby. We just reached 12,000 subscribers last night. And so we want to start setting up some giveaways that we can give back to you guys. Gonna do some jersey giveaways. Do some smaller merch giveaways, stuff like that. But you guys have shown so much support to the channel, man. And the more we grow, the bigger the giveaways we want to do. Yeah, I'm saying I want to get to the point where we're giving away PS5s. Laptops. Stuff like that. If we can get to that point, man. And that threshold right now for us, full disclosure, the threshold right now for us is 25K. There's a lot we want to do with this show. Because there's not a lot of people that are doing this like we're doing it. This is a show. This is not just a channel that people can pull up to and you know what I'm saying, watch 5 to 6 minute videos. We're doing a show. We're trying to get the studio funded. We're trying to get giveaways in place to give to you guys. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that we want to get to give back to you because you guys have shown us so much support. How do we do that? That's the part we're trying to figure out now. The giveaways part is easy. I'm not going to lie to you. We just got to get the jerseys in the building. And the Bulls are so good, it's hard to find jerseys. My plan is to give away an Ayo Dosunmu jersey once we get to 13K for like the whole 12,000. You know what I'm saying? Like do it like the number behind. Probably would have been better to give it away at 12K, but you know how that go. But no, it's all about for me, everything about this game is about giving back. I'm not here if you guys don't push subscribe. I'm not here if you guys don't support the show. I'm not here if you guys don't give from your hearts to give to the show, man. So it's not, you know, Pat built his YouTube. We built up the Windy City Breeze. We really are a family, man. There's 53 people, 54 people in here at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch me. You know what I'm saying? That's love. That's support. That's building. That's bonding. That's family. I know everybody in here. I might not know you if I see you on the street, but if you say your name, I'll know you. But I love that we built this connection, that we built this thing up. You know what I'm saying? That I come in here. I was telling AD during the live call yesterday, like I posted a clip on my TikTok. By the way, follow me on all socials at Pat the Designer. I posted the other day on my TikTok and we were saying people's names in the videos, and I was like, they're watching right now. Like they're still here. That's huge, man. So we want to make sure we're giving back to y'all, man. So we're going to get some jerseys together. Our goal is for the rest of the year to give a jersey away for every 1,000. How do we do that? Because I don't want this to be we give a jersey away to the random person, which I feel like we've done in the past that's not really watching the show. So we're going to have to do something in game when we reach a certain milestone. Or on a live when we reach a certain milestone, right? Maybe do like a call. Now that we got the call-in thing, maybe we do a 10th caller. When we reach 13,000, we'll give this away for the 10th caller, stuff like that. But that's the part that's where we're at now. We're trying to get to 25K before the end of this year. That's our goal. And I know with y'all help, we're going to get there, man. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Let's go. 12K. 12K is big. 12K is big. How do we get to 13 now? And it's crazy to say that we're here from where we started. You know what I'm saying? Like, this started as like me doing little bitty videos about the Bulls and Bears and White Sox. You know what I'm saying? Lane, yeah, that's a fact. Call in makes it, lets me know that, and I know most of the people that call in, so it lets me know who it would be. Do like a 10th caller or something, or whatever the number is, 13th caller. The 13th caller in the building wins his jersey. Oh my God. But I want to make sure it's y'all that's getting it. I don't want to do the whole, oh, we're going to raffle this off, blah, blah, blah. Nah, we doing that. We doing the y'all you did. We making sure y'all get it. But the biggest thing to me is that we continue to grow together as a family, as a team, as the Breeze Nation. Like I said, there's nobody doing this like we doing it. Nobody's putting on a show. I love all the other Chicago content creators. We had Chicago Bulls Central on yesterday during the first half of the game. Loved having them on. Loved having them in the building. Fies, my guy, I've had him on the show. I'm all about building relationships around this city, man, and building our name. We just had the Windy City Productions on the show. Just had them on the show. Great episode. Talking Bears. That's what I want to extend to a lot of people. And I feel like in Chicago, we don't do that enough. I know I've said this on here, but I feel like in Chicago, like, best way I can explain it is if you go down to Atlanta, right? If you go down to Atlanta, everyone wants to work with everyone, no matter where you're at in life. So what do I mean? I've been in studio sessions where a dude that you don't expect to have someone with cachet on their album or on their mixtape has the Migos sitting right there. Or Project Pat right there. We don't do that in Chicago. You're not going to see some up-and-coming kid with Chance the Rapper right there. G Herbo. And we take that same mentality with everything we do. And if I'm gonna be the one to change it, I'm gonna be the one to change it. But I look at it different, man. I look at everything differently. I look at this as there's enough room for everybody to eat. So why we all not sitting at the table with a plate? Yeah, I'm saying we want to take the plates and I didn't knock my mic out. We want to take the plates and the forks and everything away from everybody. And it's like, nah, we got room to grow together. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? So we're gonna make this thing grow, man. We're gonna get a bunch of people on here, man. We're gonna have a great time, man. Let's keep it going. Let's get back to these sports. I had the emotional family moment. Yeah, I'm saying, good to see y'all. How you doing? Good, you're looking beautiful today, darling. Yeah, I mean. Oh, before we do that, I guess I should do this read. Seeing as how they let me on their airwaves. By the way, shout out to everybody over at the Contender, man. Really helping us out. Really showing love. We don't get this this set up where you can hear us on both ends without it. So we also want to let you guys know, man, the Contender's doing a giveaway. Shout out to the Contenders. Have you ever been at a party looking for a bottle opener? Well, now you can get one from the Contender. As you know, our show airs on there, and you can listen to our show on streaming or on demand on the Contender app anytime. Now, as a thank you, they're giving away a keychain bottle opener. Here's how you get yours. Head to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Download the Contender app. Take a picture of a home screen, just a little screenshot showing that you got the app on your phone. Put your name and address in an email and send it to thecontendersports@gmail.com. Thecontendersports@gmail.com. Or you can send your information in a Twitter DM to either @thecontender or to the Windy City Breeze profile. If we see it, we'll send it out to them, let them know what's going on, man. We appreciate you guys for showing that love and doing all of that stuff, man. Tuning in and listening on that side. Shout out to everybody on the Contender side. Also, shout out to everybody that's here, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this love going. How do you spend Super Bowl week? How do you spend Super Bowl week? How do you go into this week preparing for the biggest game of the year? And you know what? We'll open up the phone lines on it. We'll open up the phone lines on a Monday morning on it, huh? Because this is a week, especially now, right? Probably gathering in less groups. With Omarion out here still leg kicking left and right, you know what I mean? I want to hear from y'all. Call into the show, 855-908-5668. How do you spend Super Bowl week? For me, I am one of those people that I spend the entire week mentally prepping for the football season to end. Mentally prepping for this is the last game of football we're going to get for a while. But also preparing like, all right, let's go. Let's get hyped for it. Who's the team I'm rocking with? Because the Bears are never in it. And that's the toughest part for me, right? How do you pick the team that you ride with? Because everybody goes into the Super Bowl doing the same thing, right? You come out of that game like that was really your team. All right, we're gonna hit that bow. You go into that game as if it was your team. So how are you spending your Super Bowl week, man? Call into the show, 855-908-5668. Want to hear from you, the fan, as well. And who do you have going all the way? Who do you got winning this thing? Who do you think comes out of it? I think that this it's tough, right? Because I really think the Rams are going to win. But in a lot of situations, I'll go with the underdog because I feel like it gives me more of like a competitive feel, like you want to have a fight. But I think the Rams are going to run roughshod on these mugs. And as a Bears fan, you try to pick the team that most supports your side. You know what I'm saying? Are you rooting for the Bengals in this situation because that's what you hope your Bears team could be? And also there's the Matt Stafford connection. But I feel like Matt Stafford's a weird one, right? Because to me, like Matt Stafford is a lion, of course. But he's not like we hate him. You know what I mean? Like I don't hate Matt Stafford. I more so felt bad for him. And for me, it's Chicago over everything. Hey, Detroit, get up out of here with that. But how do you spend? Like, who are you siding with in this? Who's the one that gets you feeling like, okay, yeah, I'm doing this. This is for the Bears. They're not here, but I'm still cheering for the Bears in this one. There's a win for the Bears. Who's that team for you right now? Let's go out to the phone lines, man. Heading out to the 773. Yo, what's going on? Hold on. There we go. What's good?
Not much.
Shay, what's going
just
on?
enjoying it. Enjoying my day, man.
Hey, I feel you, my man. Top of the morning to you. What's your thoughts, man? What do you think? What do you think? How you spending your Super Bowl week prepping for the big game, man?
Hey, man, just hoping that it's a good Super Bowl, man. I really don't care who. I really don't care who wins. Just a good, just to have a good football game, man. I look at it like this, man. You know, this is a moment in history where, you know, we haven't really seen none of these teams in the Super Bowl, really. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a, it's a, it's one of those intense games that you have to be excited for because it reminds you of what the finals was last year. You know what I'm saying? Like both teams have never been in the finals, and hey, it's a first win. And it's a first win for whichever team, and it's something to pad on their legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, facts. I look at the. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Rams finna run these mugs over. Who you going with in the bowl, man? Who you going with in the bowl?
Man, look, personally, I don't really care. I don't really care, man. It's just the fact that none of these teams have won the Super Bowl. So I mean,
Yeah.
both of. So I'm gonna say this: whoever wins deserves it, and whoever loses, hey man, hey, you got something to build on next year.
Hey man, appreciate you for calling in as always, Shay. Stay safe out there, all right, my boy.
Always, man. You finna do the bull? Are you finna do the Bulls live show tonight?
Oh yeah, we got Bulls live call coming tonight, man. We're gonna be there for it. Yeah, Bulls Suns. It's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I just hope that we win on my birthday, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be, hey man, hey, it's gonna be a tough one, dog. It's gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you, but hopefully they pull it out, man. We saw good teams get beat off that second of a back to back. We saw good teams win off that second of a back to back. So hopefully we're on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying?
And let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, man. I'm not really. I hate to say it, but and I know this may sound stupid, but I'm not really scared of the Milwaukee Bucks after what we did against them fully healthy. I mean, we weren't fully healthy, but after what we did against them, I mean, losing Brook Lopez does kind of hurt them a little bit on the offensive and defensive end. You know, Bobby Portis ain't really that guy on the defensive end consistently. You know what I'm saying?
I think the size makes a difference for us, but didn't Bobby Portis just have like 24-8 last night? Bobby Portis be getting busy, my boy.
Yeah, but on the defensive end, he don't really. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not getting as many blocks, but I don't know. I'm cool with Bobby. I rock 24 and 11 last night.
He's more of a power forward than center. You got to admit that. He's more of a power forward.
Yeah, he's more of a power forward than a center. He's starting at the center position, but you know, life is easy when Giannis is on the other side of you.
Yeah,
life is a lot easier when Giannis is on the other side of you. You know what I'm saying?
All
right, man.
Yeah.
I'll let you, my boy.
Peace.
Appreciate the call in, man. How are y'all spending Super Bowl week? And what team are you rolling with? Call into the show, 855-908-5668. Would love to hear from you this morning as well. I don't know who's going to win this Super Bowl. Now, I have a strong feeling that it's going to be the Rams. I have a strong feeling that defense is going to be better and that they're going to be on Joe Burrow all night long. And I think that's where the problem comes in. But is it a better rooting game if I root for the team that might lose? As long as they keep it close, right? Because the team that's the underdog is the more entertaining team to cheer for. Like I always think back to the Atlanta Hawks Super Bowl. The entire Super Bowl, I was sitting there shouting out, oh, you know, shout out to the Dirty Bird. The Dirty Bird. Let's go, baby. It's the Dirty Bird. sitting there drinking, enjoying my time. They go up 28-3, touchdown. Let's go, Atlanta, getting their first one. All until I got in an argument with my pops. Got in an argument with my pops. Pops said, Super Bowl's done. I just looked at him. I was like, what are you talking about? It's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick over there. Super Bowl's not done until it gets to quadruple zeros. He said it's 28-3. There's no way they're gonna win. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? So we end up arguing a little bit. At that point, I was a Patriots fan the rest of the game because I wanted to prove to him wrong that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were them dudes. That no, they not finna get run out of the building. There's a whole half of football left. What are we talking about right now? So I went from whole first half screaming, the Dirty Bird halftime show comes. Me and my dad arguing back and forth at halftime. Second half, I'm here for the Patriots. Oh, now I'm back on the underdog train. And by the way, in the Super Bowl, you can do that when your team's not in it because who cares? Now I'm back on the underdog train. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here comes Brady bringing it back. What I tell you, I told you never count this man Brady out. Stop playing. The whole second half. It's more fun in the Super Bowl to root for the underdog to make something happen. Now, I think I went into Philly Super Bowl. Philly versus Brady, I think. I went into that one. And I think that was the only one where I rooted for the favorite because I was more rooting for seeing Brady make history, right? I wanted to see Tom Brady make history. So in that situation, that was more one where I was like, hey, yo, listen. I want to see I want to see Brady do this more than I want to see the underdog win. And it ended up being a great Super Bowl anyway. But that's probably one of the few situations where I didn't go underdog. So while I think the Rams are going to get roughshod run on them, while I think the Rams are going to get rolled, my heart's telling me that you're probably going to be rooting for the or not the Rams. I'm sorry. While I think the Bengals are going to get roughshod run on them by the Rams, that the Bengals are going to get rolled, my heart's telling me you're probably going to be rooting for the Bengals in this one. And that's what I go with. You know what I'm saying? I go with the heart on this one. I go with the heart on this one. I'm a hard guy with it. So who are you rolling with in the Super Bowl? How are you prepping for the Super Bowl coming up, man? How are you getting ready to enjoy this thing? What are you doing for the week? Are you hosting the party? Are you the one that's throwing the Super Bowl party this year? Are you doing the Bowl Dolo? My guy J Mart is throwing a party this year, so I'm gonna pull up with him. We're doing it all safe. You know, everybody's vaccinated. Everybody, you know what I'm saying. We all have kept our distance from each other. We kind of like sitting there. We're like, all right, like everybody's good. Nobody's sick. Make sure you don't come if you're feeling sick. Okay, let's do it. Small thing, nothing crazy. I think it's gonna be like 7 or 8 people. But just kicking it with our boys. Something we haven't gotten a chance to do in a while. So it's gonna be good to see all my boys, man. Gonna be good to kick it with all my brothers, and just enjoy good football, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, by the way, if you're going to be drinking at the Super Bowl party, catch an Uber. Catch an Uber. Unless it's your house, catch an Uber. You're going to be Ubering there, I'll be Ubering back. Yeah, it might cost you $40. Might be an expensive night for you. But we'd rather you get home safely here. Let's go out to the phones, man. We got Robert Schwartz on the line talking about the bowl. Robert, what's going on, man?
No, just chilling.
Hey.
Good morning, Pat.
How you feeling this morning, man? What's your plans for the Super Bowl? How you prepping for this Super Bowl week, man?
Just gonna stay home with the fam, get a couple, buy some wings and get some beer and sit back and enjoy it because can't really do nothing with this COVID. You know, COVID puts a damper on everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Really cut everything down. What's what team you rolling with? Who you riding with going into here? Like,
Joe,
you going hard or head on this one?
I'm going with Joey Ice.
Ooh, Joey Ice.
I think Joe Burrow's going to come out with a victory. Everybody is talking. You know, I'm kind of split in between because I want to see Stafford to get his first ring, but Joe Burrow didn't play a full season, and he played a full season, and I want the Bengals because the Bengals are just like our Bears. You know, like I was telling my son, I said, you're seeing the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Maybe next year we can be in the Super Bowl with all the new coaching staffing that we got and keep the players and go get a couple players. And, you know, I think the Bengals are going to come out the way they played against Kansas City with that defense and how Burrow was under pressure. He came on top of it. And I think there's a lot of hype on the Rams, and I don't think they're going to come with a win. I don't know. It's going to be a good Super Bowl.
That's all I hope for. That's all we all hope for when it's not the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to, hey, listen, I want to blow out when it's my team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to blow out when it's my team. I don't want a competitive Super Bowl when it's my team. I want one of them old school Bears Super Bowl wins like 48-3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you stomp them
That'll
out.
be good.
But other than that, when it's anybody else, I want it to be keep it competitive. Like the worst Super Bowl ever for me was the Broncos one. Broncos versus Seahawks. Was it 50-7 it ended or something like that? Awful.
Yeah.
Awful to watch. Appreciate you for calling in as always, Robert, man.
Yep. You stay safe, and you know what? Keep your head up with the Bulls because it was one loss. We got many more games, and we got to get. I didn't know Zach LaVine didn't play last night, and that's why I'm like, oh, he was on the injury report. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
If we had him in there, I think the game would have been a lot different. We would have probably came out with a win, but I'm not too worried. They need to pull the trigger, and they need to get another big against Vooch. And Vooch cannot get into foul trouble, a lot.
Yeah.
Because he was playing with 5 fouls, and you get 6, you're on the bench. And who's going to guard, Joel Embiid? Because he's playing phenomenal. I got to give him credit.
Oh no, he's a problem for sure. He's a problem for sure.
Yeah.
You got to give Embiid credit. He's to me right now. He's your MVP.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To me right now, he's your MVP.
Yep. And what do you think about the Bulls going after the guy in San Antonio, that rookie?
Jakob Poeltl?
If I don't have to give up nothing, like
it depends on what we got to give up. For kid, everything's Kobe White in a second.
No, I'll keep Kobe White because you want that guy to come off the bench because once you get your starters, full healthy, we're going to be a dangerous team.
Yeah. No, I agree. I wouldn't mind a Jakob Poeltl in the building. He's more of a 5 than a 4, so you might have to move around him and Vooch.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see, man. I don't know what the Bulls' plans are at the deadline. We haven't heard anything yet that's gotten done.
Yeah.
But
I've been hearing a report of Robert Lopez too. I'm just throwing his name out there because I just seen a report on him. If he gets bought out, we can buy him out because he played with us. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put him. You can move him and Vooch around because he plays center. Vooch could play the power forward, and there you go.
Yeah, it's you definitely could. I don't know if I want Rolo back in starters minutes, but at this point, you're just trying to upgrade from Tony Bradley. You're trying to make Tony Bradley's role as much less, as little as possible at this point.
Yep.
So, Robert, appreciate the call in, man. Stay safe out there, all right, man?
You too.
All right, man. Peace.
All right.
No, I agree. You know what I'm saying? The NBA trade deadline is looming. And to me, it's one of those where you're just the entire time, like I've been here the whole time pretty much, just like, every now and then you just what's going on with that? All right, never mind. Alfred says, cash tip your Uber, Lyft, and taxi hustlers. You'd rather get the cash tip, huh? All right. Keep it in mind. No, I look at this deadline as an important one. An important moment for a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference. So I agree with what Robert said. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be a lot that goes into this offseason here. Or this offseason, this trade deadline here. There's gonna be a lot of stuff thrown around. There's gonna be a lot of stuff thrown around. And the question, of course, what are we gonna see the Bulls do? Of course, that's the question. What are you going to see the Bulls do? Hit on a lot of stuff this morning, man. Talked about the Super Bowl, talking about how you're prepping for that. Would love to hear from you if you want to call and talk Bulls. Would love to hear from you on that as well. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys supporting. Cornelia says AK's got us, no worries. And that's kind of what it comes down to, right? We're all sitting here playing armchair GM. But until AK starts making moves that we're like, wow, that's not good. Why did you make that move? That move makes no sense. Why the heck did you trade that guy? That move makes no sense. What's going on here? Why'd you... It's kind of really just AK. In AK we trust. Sammy in the building. What's good? It's kind of just in AK we trust, right? In Acme we trust. Because I don't know. You know, we speculate and we talk about what the Bulls are going to do and what these other teams should do and what makes sense. And a lot of the stuff we say, I'll say this, a lot of the stuff we say does make sense. I said my move, that's still my move that I would still love to see is Russell Westbrook to Philly. I would love to see Russell. Now, from a Bulls standpoint, I wouldn't love to see it. From what the Bulls are going to have to go up against, I wouldn't love to see it. But for that specific player, for that team, I would love to see Russell Westbrook to Philly. I feel like that organization would rally around him, give him the love he needs. And I feel like he'd be successful there. And because of his success, it would make Joel Embiid successful because that team is built for a player that cannot shoot well. And guess what Russ doesn't do well? Shoot well. He's not a great shooter. And yet they keep asking him to fling that thing up. Tom, exactly. He says neither does Ben. Exactly. That's why Russ thrives there. That's why Russ thrives there. Russ is going to find the open man. He just is. Russ is going to find the open man. I think that even with all of that, right? The reason I brought that up, we run through all of those scenarios, and what happens? Excuse me. I felt it coming. We run through all of those scenarios, and what happens? Nothing that we said. Hey, who thought Karis LeVert to Cleveland? Who thought Karis LeVert to Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? DJ J. Jonah in the building. Russ is a stat stuffer, nothing more. Here we go. A stat stuffer with wins. Philly is straight with Maxey. I do agree with that. I do think Philly's doing good with Maxey. Russ is having a down year. You know what I'm saying? Russ is having a down year. But stats mean something when they impact the game. Let's go out to the phone lines, man. Out in the 773. What's going on, man?
Hello?
How you feeling?
Hey, what's going on, player? I'm hanging, man. Doing kid things, daddy things, man.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, it's big sports weekend. I'm still recovering from my birthday weekend this weekend, so.
Hey, man. Hey, don't party too hard, man. Don't hurt yourself out here now, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt yourself out here, my guy.
Say it again?
I said, don't hurt yourself out here, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't do too much.
Oh,
now.
I won't.
How you prepping for the Super Bowl week, man? How you prepping for the Super Bowl week?
You know what? I'm a big time Chicago sports fan. Like Bulls, Bears. It don't matter which baseball team, as long as they get to the postseason. But I got that real. It's funny that you brought up the Broncos and Seahawks because I'm starting to get that real funny vibe.
Yeah.
That the Super Bowl has that vibe where I think Cincinnati might pull it off.
You feel that upset coming?
I really do. And if you look at the NFL playoffs or this season in particular,
yeah.
You know, I want to say like around week 8, week 9, it was like a long string of upsets. And then you get into the playoffs and, you know, you had like, I can't recall a bad game, you know, in the playoffs this year. I think this is one of the best playoff years in the NFL in a long time. I'm talking about from top to bottom.
A bad game this year. Maybe that Titans game. But even that, I guess that was semi-competitive.
but
I just knew the Titans were gonna lose coming in there.
yeah, I mean, normally, a team that has that first round bye,
Yeah,
and skips a week in the playoffs, it's like it used to be the top 2 seeds. Normally, one of them would have that off week where they would, be one and done. Like it would be their first time there, based on playing a weak schedule or something like that. Then they kind of get exposed a little bit, But you kind of had that feeling with Tennessee, but you didn't expect it to happen because, I mean, if you told me Derrick Henry was going to play and Tennessee was playing as well as they were at that time, I actually picked Tennessee to win that game, and a lot of other people did, but Cincinnati went in there and took care of business.
yeah. No, I agree, man.
So,
And I had the Bengals winning that one. I don't feel as confident about it coming here. You know what I'm saying? Now that Tennessee defensive line got some nice guys on it, got some names on it. They don't got Aaron Donald and Von Miller.
you know what? That's very
that's
true.
The part that scares the mess out of me. I think the the Burrows, basically. Let's be real. I think the Bengals are gonna get run through. But I want to go with the underdog. Year of the Tiger. Bengals are in the Super Bowl. I mean, like, I want to go with the underdog. So I'm gonna ride with the Bengals, man. I don't feel good about it.
You know what? You shouldn't feel as bad because what you hear about, like, right now, and this is technically my conspiracy theories right now.
Yeah.
All the money and everything is geared towards LA winning the championship because they basically bank their whole future and they future draft picks and capital into getting the stars to make this team better. And so if you look at this is what's like an underlying issue.
Yeah.
They've got like 3 1,000-yard receivers on their team.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd.
Facts.
And nobody's really talking about them. Now, you flip the side. Now, you say when the Bengals offense is against the Rams defense, Jalen Ramsey can only stick one of them. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I agree with you. The problem is Joe Burrow can't throw the ball on his back.
Yeah. and you know what? And think about it like this. As explosive as Kansas City's offense is, they had a major mental lapse when they played Cincinnati. All right, they came out on that hard start, then they kind of went in the tank a little bit.
Right.
The Rams, if you've been watching the Rams all season, they have those same moments. And part of it is McVay gets away from the running game almost kind of like Matt Nagy does.
Yeah.
And I think the X factor in this game is going to be Joe Mixon, the running back, because he came up big against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, like my biggest thing, like the Chiefs defense was beatable. The Chiefs was a team you got to outscore. The Bengals somehow did that, and I think that the Chiefs just, I don't know what, they imploded. They imploded. That's the only way to say it. They didn't score a point. Well, they get 3. They didn't score a touchdown in the second half of that game. 3 points.
Yeah.
In the second half of that game is all they got. Like, that team imploded to me. But with that being said, the Bengals kind of came the other way. And they did, and Mixon was a big part of that, and Chase and all those guys. But the difference there is those guys aren't going up against a defense that is as formidable as this defense is. Now, I get you. Ramsey's going to be on Chase all day. That's going to be it. The problem is going to be, can the Bengals handle the pressure up front? Now, if all of a sudden that offensive line has the game of its life and it blocks Von Miller and Aaron Donald and they run Mixon right at them Bengals got a shot. But it's not a pretty day when you got Von Miller and Aaron Donald and might I add Leonard Floyd, unfortunately, coming off of the edge trying to hit you and take you, and there's not a lot of places for you to go. And we've seen him get sacked. What did he get sacked 9 or 8 times? 8 times
and they still won the game. They still won the game too. So
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they
to see,
still
man.
won the game.
It's gonna be a fun Super Bowl, man. Appreciate you for calling into the show as always, man.
And also about the Bulls.
Yeah.
You know, I know the trade deadline is Thursday. You know, they got to let LeBron get his pickings first. You know, and then after that, you know, everybody else can go and get who they want to get. But the Bulls are fine. Right now, the Bulls really need to get healthy. And if you really need to get another big man, I mean, you got Boogie Cousins out there. I think Boogie Cousins with the second unit will be just fine. You know,
he's still
it
on
gives you some size. Huh?
We were talking about this last night. You brought up Boogie Cousins. I think he's still on Denver. I think they signed him and just didn't give him any playing time.
Is it like a?
I think he's signed. He's got it at this point. He's got to be signed through the rest of the season. Let me see. Look at that roster. We literally were talking about that last night. Me and he's on Denver right now.
Oh, really?
And getting playing time. Played 16 minutes last night. 5 points, 9 boards, 2 assists.
Okay, so all right. So, and here's another thing. Like I was about to say, plan A always mess up. But for plan B, you know, you hear a lot about Sacramento, you know, possibly buying out Marvin Bagley Jr.'s Marvin Bagley's contract. He would be a perfect fit for the Bulls and what they do. He would really be perfect at that stretch 4 spot.
Problem is they're not gonna buy out that contract. They're looking for a lot of they're looking for a first round pick for him. I'm not willing to give them.
You know, at this point, I've been watching the Bulls all season. You know, that might be something worth entertaining because you only giving up a first rounder for next year, but you're getting the same guy that came out the same draft class, I believe, with Lonzo Ball?
I believe he came out. No, has he been in there that long? Has he been
there
that
he's
long?
Coming out. I think he's coming out. He came in the same draft class with Lonzo Ball. You see what Lonzo Ball is doing, and when that team fully gets healthy, they will be a problem. Like they're a problem, and they're undersized now when healthy.
Yeah,
they get another nice look. They get another really good physical stretch 4 in there, athletic 4 in there.
22
to
years
kind of
old.
take the pressure off Vooch. Yeah.
Maybe I do need to rethink that. He is only 22. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it might be worth it.
First round. Man, that's crazy, dog. He was with that's the Luka and Trey draft. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Man, that's wild. 22 years old. No, that I'm okay with the Bulls making a move for him. I don't want you to give up too much for a guy that you know that isn't gonna be or that wants to leave anyway. That's my only thing. I don't want you to give up too much for a guy that's gonna leave anyway. He doesn't want to be in Sacramento. You could probably get him to come here for nothing based on what your team's done, but you want to get him at this point into the season. So it could be there could be something interesting there.
I mean, there was talks about Sacramento buying out his contract. Don't know,
if
I
haven't buy him out, go get him.
Yeah, that's the hoping right now because you know they've already Sacramento's kind of they don't know which way they want to go at this point, kind of like Jacksonville Jaguars and stuff like that. They don't know which way they want to go or how they want to build a team.
Yeah.
But you know, is Marvin Bagley at this point worth at least one first rounder? Or if you have to make a trade, or if you buy him out, is he worth signing? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, if they buy him out, he's absolutely worth signing. 22 years old, I'll take a chance on it. See if we can fix him. See if we can get him happy in here, and all of a sudden he can play basketball again.
I mean, let's look at Lonzo. I mean, for some players, regardless of what sport you play, for some players, the first stop never works out. But when they go and get to a new surrounding and around new teammates, sometimes they just play a lot better.
Yeah. No, agreed, man. Agreed. Appreciate the call in as always, man. Stay safe out there. All right, my G?
All right. You too.
Have a good one, man. Marvin Bagley. Very up and down, very inconsistent, including on the rebounding side of things. How much does situation play into it? Right? How much does situation play into it? Because you got to think, right? He's not coming here to the nicest media people in the world or the nicest fan base in the world. Let's be real. Half of you guys in here wanted to trade Vooch. Remember that? I remember that. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, welcome back. Oh my God, Vooch is weak down low. He's all we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Bam going to want to leave Sacramento and come here and deal with it? Bam. Is Bags going to want to leave Sacramento and come here and deal with that? And my thing has always just been, listen, I didn't know he was 22. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Bagley was like 24 years old. He's young. Would you look at, because of the age, would you look at a straight up Kobe for Bagley trade? Bagley still can bring it offensively. Not a great three-point shooter, but can stretch the floor. Actually, he's awful this year. 24%. Relax, Bag. Stop pulling. And does a change of scenery mean that much? Does a change of scenery mean that much? Or can you get him for nothing? From what we're hearing, they want desperately to move on from Marvin Bagley. The problem is they also want desperately to have their first round picks coming back for him. And I don't think you can get both. I don't think it's a situation where both can happen. Right? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I did not know he was 22. I thought he was older than that. But our biggest issue with getting rid of Kobe White was what? He's young. He's developing. He could turn into something here. Same time, I'm looking over here. He's young. He's developing. He could turn into something big. And he's big. I don't hold anything against anybody that's in Sacramento. I don't. Horrible situation, horrible team, horrible management, all the way back to Vlade. All the way back to Vlade. I'm not going to take Luka because I got beef with his poppy. You're running an NBA franchise, but you got beef with his dad, so you're not going to take Luka? Back in the old country? I get these beefs run deep, but Jesus. This what we doing? Now, Baki, that I do agree with. Baki says getting rid of Kobe hinges on also bringing in someone who can provide that scoring punch off of the bench. I think if you are able to pull off the move for Dennis Schroeder, that's where you can get somebody like that in there. If you could pull off a move for Dennis Schroeder, that's where now the Kobe White becomes available. Right? And I saw Shay say Marvin Bagley comes filled with injuries. So does Kobe White. So does Patrick Williams right now. And so there's a lot that to me goes into this, right? There's a lot that to me you have to look at as what could be the game-changing piece for you coming into here. Now, is he going to be that? That's a different story. Is he going to be that? You're taking a chance either way. Is Kobe going to be what we think he's going to be? Boy, you ain't lying, though. He do got a lot of injuries. When it's listed like this. Now, is he playing through a lot of these? I don't know. But, I mean, he's been in the league 3 years. Right now, he's 9-7 in a horrible situation. I just wouldn't give up a first for him. I wouldn't give up a first. I wouldn't give up a first for anybody that doesn't want to be there. I just wouldn't. Because I know I can get you for nothing if you want to be here. I know I can get you for nothing if you want to be here. So to me, that's what it comes down to. And if I'm looking at the impact that one player makes on the other, Kobe White does make a good impact on this team offensively. But on the defensive end, how many points is he giving up? He's playing better defensively. He's not a clamp. So on the defensive end, how many points is he giving up? How many points are the Bulls giving up as a whole in the paint that Bagley could slow down? Trying to see how many blocks he averages a game. Ugh. That number's gone down dramatically, boy. Now, granted, he's not playing at all this season. 0.5 blocks a game last year, averaged a block a game his first 2 years in the league. Ugh. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I know Vooch needs help, right? I know Vooch needs help. I know that at a minimum. And so that's where you look at it and you say, okay, at the deadline, is this going to come down to Vooch being able to get the job done? Is this going to come down to Vooch needing help? Is this going to come down to the Bulls going just as a purely offensive team as they have been and standing pat and waiting? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that come into play there. And it's not just we got to go out and get a big man. I mean, it depends on what you think Bagley could bring. The only interesting part about Marvin Bagley for me right now is 22 years old. The only interesting part about Marvin Bagley for me right now is 22 years old. For some reason, it didn't click with me that he was that young. So that's an interesting angle to take, man. That's absolutely an interesting angle to take. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't know if man, that's tough. Because to me, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't know if he's the answer to the problem you have, because even looking at his rebounds are up and down. Can he help Vooch on the boards? I hope so. Can he come here and be a number one option there? I hope so. But that I do agree with. You can't keep asking Vooch to do what he's doing with a 6'4" power forward beside him. Vooch looks better with a big man next to him. Somebody who can help box out. Somebody who can help defend the paint. He just does. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. 3 days left in this trade deadline, and the news is heating up. And I'm just waiting, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting. We'll probably end up doing a live during the deadline. When is that? It's Wednesday? Is that Wednesday or Thursday? We'll probably end up doing a live during the deadline, just kind of seeing who ends up getting bought out, who ends up getting moved. You know, right before that deadline, deals be getting done like bow, 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 bow. So I love doing that, man. I love doing that, especially that, and then the what is it? When it's when finally you can sign everybody, free agency opens up Thursday. Ooh, even better. When finally free agency opens up, you know what I'm saying? It's always fun to do that. So we'll probably do a live show Thursday. We'll be live tonight, Bulls versus Suns, man. Bulls got to get a dub tonight. Bulls got to get a dub tonight. How do we keep this thing going? Tom Burton. I just want some spicy trades. Send me your, hey, I said this, send this to me on Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter, if you're not making Twitter and follow me on Twitter, I'm trying to get my Twitter to the point where I'm able to get verified on Twitter, because I feel like it's bogus that we got doggone all these people over here. And on Twitter and on Instagram, mugs are like, well, no, you're not valid. Oh, we valid. Oh, the Breeze Nation is valid, baby. What are y'all talking about? See how many people are watching the show? You see how many people tuning in with your boy? The Breeze Nation is valid, baby. Stop playing with your boy. Talk about we not valid, we not verified. Well, we gonna get verified. Tweet me at Pat the Designer your trade package. Your trade package. That is the one that nobody's thinking of. It can be for the Bulls. It can be for any team in the league. Your trade package that changes that team. We'll break them down here on the show. I'm going to give y'all a minute to do that, man. We're going to take another break. We'll go up here and check on the family real quick. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. This has been the Morning Breeze. The Bulls, to me, and maybe this is the first time I'm saying it on here, and this is why you have to make a move before the break and go for it. The Bulls, to me, absolutely have the makings of a championship roster. 100%. They have a championship roster right now. But you have to add to it because these other teams also have that championship level roster. So it's not just about having a championship roster. It's also about, do you have enough to beat the other teams with a championship roster? And right now, I don't know if the Bulls have that. Right now, I don't know if the Bulls have that. Because I'll tell you this right now, and we're going to talk about this on the live show. By the way, we will be live tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. For all of you people that are up early going into work, tune into the show, man. The Morning Breeze starts tomorrow. We're going to be live every week, Monday through Friday. And we're going to be breaking this down. But when Kyrie Irving comes back to the NBA, I've said this all year. It's Brooklyn's league, and the rest of us are in it. Now, there's going to take some time for him to get acclimated. Of course, now he's dealing with the health and safety protocols. There's going to be some time with that. But if we continue to do that, if we continue down that path where one day he comes back, then we're in a position where Kyrie Irving is the key to unlocking Brooklyn. And if they're fully healthy, and at this point, it doesn't even matter. We've sat here all season and talked about the struggle that James Harden is going to have. We've talked about all season, like, he can't do it. They're not going to win a championship. James Harden is not a factor anymore if Kyrie Irving is 100% healthy. Now, of course, there's still the fact that I say that we've never seen Kyrie 100% healthy. The one time we saw him healthy, he helped win a championship. Yeah, I'm saying. But to me, that's the biggest thing that the Bulls have going for them. The unknown of Kyrie. But now you have to add to your roster because he's back. So if he's healthy, if he's playing along with Kevin Durant, who's been dominating the NBA, the league is theirs. Let's not get it twisted. Golden State, okay. I love it. I love what Steph is doing. I love how they're playing defense. But the league is theirs. And I hate to say it like that. So now you have to figure out, how do you improve your roster to get to the point where the league isn't theirs? How do you get to the point where like I said, championship roster is already here. adding to a championship roster to make it more of a championship roster when it's 100% healthy. We've seen a lot of championship rosters get beat. A lot of them. Shaq and Penny had a championship roster, got beat. Scottie Pippen and them boys, when he was in Portland, had a championship roster, got beat. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot of consistent championship rosters get beat. Championship level rosters get beat by better championship. How do we get to that point? And so now you're looking at who can you add to this team. And AK told you he's still going to add. Welcome back to the Morning Breeze. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for pulling up and rocking with your boy, man. Before the break, I asked y'all to send me trade packages that you thought would improve not just the Bulls, but also teams. Send them to me on Twitter, at Pat the Designer. Also follow your boy on Twitter. Follow the show on Twitter at the WC Breeze, at Pat the Designer. Follow me on all the socials over there, man. Appreciate you guys for showing that love. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm here on YouTube too, but I don't really post on that page much. I'm going to start posting music on that page more so on my Pat the Designer page because, because I do music as well. Check out the latest single. It's your boy Pat the Designer. Killing the game, baby. Stop playing with me. Tune in. What is the trade package that nobody's thinking of that you think changes the game? Mine, and I don't know how to get it done, but mine is the Boston Celtics moving off of Jaylen Brown, because I think they're more tied to Tatum. Moving off of Jaylen Brown, sending him to Memphis for a combination, and I don't even know if financially it'll work, of Jaren Jackson, Slow-Mo, and Steven Adams. Now, I know that depletes that team a lot, but I feel like if you have those two in the building, the other pieces I just said you can replace. Might not be this season. That's a future move for me. That's a trade you make to say, listen, we'll still be in the playoffs this year. We'll still be moving in the right direction this year. We'll still get a lot of things done this year. But I don't know if this team's winning a championship in the future as currently constructed. That's a future move. But to me, that's the league-changing move where you're just like, dog, come on now. You serious right now? You serious right now? Spice Band said, I don't see Memphis doing that, splitting up a top 3 seeded roster. Maybe in the future, does that top 3 seeded roster feel like they really got a shot at beating Phoenix, at beating Golden State in the playoffs? And they might, but do they really? Over 7? Over 7, do they really? But I think that's a game-changing trade there. I think, to me, that's a trade that you have to look at that could shape the way the Western Conference is seeded because Ja Morant is a superstar right now. He's not a star in the making. He's not a young up-and-comer. He's a superstar right now. I could absolutely see it getting it done. Kratlow1 at Kratlow1. If we're looking at Marvin Bagley, I would trade, I guess, DJJ and Matt Thomas straight up as a trade to make. Financially, would that work? I don't know if financially that works. But you'd probably have to throw something back in there. You know what I'm saying? You'd probably have to throw something else in there to send it the other way. Oh, shout out to Tom. Appreciate you for sending a tweet, man. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Because you're replacing that wing defense that you're hopefully going to get back with the with P. Will coming back healthy, and you're getting Marvin Bagley in the building. Steve-O says that's 2K machine trade. No way in hell Sack accepts that. Early on, I would have said no. I don't think Sacramento's getting the calls they want. Right? Early on, I would have said no. I don't think Sacramento's getting the calls they want. What I mean by that is we're hearing consistently that they're getting more and more desperate. So while, yes, it may not be a make sense trade, probably have to throw in the Portland pick in that. It may not be a make sense trade. But if we're being honest, when teams get desperate, they start to take the next best thing. We're being honest, when teams get desperate, oh, snap, I'll take whatever. Sure, give it to me. Give it to me. I just need something. I don't want him here. I don't need him here. I don't want him here. Is that the best way to run a business? No, but this is Sacramento we're talking about. They're about to move off of De'Aaron Fox. They're trying to trade away De'Aaron Fox. And the only reason they took Bagley is because Vlade had beef with Luka's old man. Baki says Sacramento similar to Philly in the sense of overvaluing Bagley's trade value. Here's the thing, right? They were in talks. They were in talks, right? And both of them couldn't come to a decision because even though they don't want Bagley and they don't want Simmons, neither of them wanted to back down on what they wanted to give up for him. Corey says, trade P. Will. He is overvalued. I will drive P. Will to the airport myself for Bagley. If P. Will's overvalued, then how are you going to get anything for him? And I'm assuming you mean overvalued here in Chicago. Steve-O flashes, but he got whole tendencies. Hey, that's funny. He's shown flashes, yeah, but he got whole tendencies. Oh, dog, that's comment of the year right there. That's a top comment. Dog, that's funny. Hey, man, he's shown flashes, yeah, but he got whole tendencies. Can't trade for him because of it. Corey says overvalued by Chicago. So then why is there value anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? This is the thing, right? When we talk about players that we're going to move on, why is Kobe White all of a sudden able to be traded? Because he showed that he had value. He showed that he can score. He showed that he can play. Did he show it consistently? Showed it more consistent than we've seen him do it. You know, people throw trades out there because they dislike somebody or they don't like somebody's game or something like that. But if you don't find value in his game, what makes you think another team will? And I'll tell you this, for all of the NBA experts with a great eye, just about everybody around the league thinks P. Will is really good. Except Chicago fans. I'll say this. I take everything with a grain of salt. But when the Bulls had Zach LaVine when he was young, and everyone was looking at him saying, this kid is just a dunker. This kid is not that dude. He's not a great shooter. He's not a great finisher. He's not a great... Kevin Durant was like, what are y'all watching? That kid's a scorer. That kid's a problem. The players around the league saw what Zach LaVine was becoming. See, the difference is we sit here and we're just like, oh, he's not good. We're armchair GM and this blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I listen to the mugs that do this for a living a lot. Like the dudes that go out on the court and play. When Bron and Durant and Kawhi and guys like that are like, no, he's got it. He just has to grow into his own. I start to listen. That's what gets me excited about these guys. Not just me being me and saying, oh, yeah, I can see it on the court. This dude sucks. Does he, or is he in a poor situation? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that P. Will has shown us, oh, my God, he's the answer right here. But what I am saying is I'm willing to live with his development turning into something based on what the players that he's guarded have said. Now, offensively, he's got to do more. He does. That's a fact. That's a fact. Offensively, he's got to do more. And the 20 years old argument isn't a good argument for his offense. P. Will is not shooting. And it's not that he's passing up a ton of shots. He's literally just not shooting. The ball comes to him, moved. He's looking to make a pass. His mind is thinking, let's get the pass out. Let's move the ball around. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen that. We also haven't seen that jump that he could take. We haven't. Fourth overall pick, would you rather have Halliburton? Io has more heart than P. Will. You haven't seen P. Will's heart this season. You saw P. Will in 5 games. Guess what? If we judged Io off of the first 5 games he played this season, We'd be like, he had one nice one. I don't like when we make grand statements on people's careers based on the smallest of small sample sizes. Yes, we did see him for a good chunk of the year last year. He was a rookie. He was also one of the highly regarded rookies in the NBA. Did he win the Rookie of the Year? No, he didn't. Was he a scoring machine? No, he wasn't. But he was still highly regarded by everyone in the NBA. We saw 5 games of him this season where he struggled a little bit. And guess what? Oh, snap. I can't. He's terrible. I can't believe this. He's trash. Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay. 5 games, he's trash? Okay, all right. That's all I needed to see. Oh, all right. The same people that were saying those same things about Kobe White last season, y'all don't want to trade him now. Tommy in the chat, what's going on, my boy? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you for pulling up. Super Bowl week. Those same people that want to trade P. Will now are the same people that were yelling, trade Kobe last season and this season, beginning of the season, trade Kobe. Kobe has 3 games of 16 straight points. Oh, you can't get rid of Kobe, right? Couple 30-point games. Oh, we can't move off of this guy. He's the next up-and-coming talent. I keep an open mind. That's how I do this show. It's the only way I do this show. It's also why I don't do Bears live calls. It's also why I don't do Bears live calls. By the way, Ringo had a great idea. So, letting y'all in on some insight here, right? Couple things we're thinking about doing for next season. Want to hear you guys' opinion on it. We'll put some polls up on the Breeze Twitter. We'll also drop it in the Discord. By the way, if you guys are a Breeze super fan and you haven't joined the Discord, join up in the Discord. If you need the link again, let me know. I'll drop it in the community tab. If you are not a Breeze super fan, join up with the super fans, man. Join the Breeze super fans. That was wild, wasn't it? Comes with you getting custom emojis, access to the Discord, and sometimes YouTube just be like, no, we're not going to tell you that this video dropped, even though you're subscribed to this channel and want to know when these videos drop. So now I'm going to tell you when this video dropped. I'm going to do it. So when we drop new videos and stuff like that, we'll put it in the Discord. It'll be over there. I'm going to have a section added to the Discord called Video Drops. So if you want to see what the latest content from the Windy City Breeze is, you can go over there and check that out. What else we got coming? Oh, Ringo had an amazing idea for us to be able to interact with you guys even more. And so we're going to be adding that a completely different channel. Be on the lookout for it. It's going to be TWCB Gaming. We're going to be... We haven't figured out if we're going to go live on Twitch or live on YouTube. Ringo said we can do YouTube. I feel like Twitch is a better platform for gaming, but we'll see. Either way. But we're going to be going live gaming-wise where we can play a league with you. So we're thinking about doing NBA 2K. I think Ringo had a poll up on whether you wanted to do 2K or Madden. We're thinking about doing NBA 2K where we can basically build out a league that's not like a new league you start every single year, but a league that goes years. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a couple of them. But we want to at least get the first one started. We want to at least get the first one started. Twitch is a lot better. Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to figure it out. But just something where we can play with you guys. And we could post the clips over on our YouTube and stuff like that. But I think Twitch is going to be a little bit better. We're also going to do tournaments as well, where we're doing gaming tournaments where more people can get in. So like if you don't get in the league, you can get into a tournament. And maybe we'll do a tournament to decide who gets into the league. Yeah, I'm saying we're trying to build this thing out. This is all happening. Like Ringo mentioned this like Friday last week. Since then, we've been doing a lot of research into how to make this work. But we want to build things out where we can interact with you guys more up close and personal, even in this COVID time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have live events, but of course, there's a capacity on stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we want to have those live events where y'all can pull up to them, but we understand there's a lot of people not trying to pop out. We understand there's a lot of people not trying to, pull up for those live events and stuff like that. And so we're going to be, trying to build these things out where we can interact with you, talk with you, be on the headsets and stuff like that. I do have Twitch because I'm a gamer, but just saying, okay. And maybe do some, little tournaments where we play in to see what's going on. So to me, I think that's gonna be a ton of fun. That's gonna be a ton of fun. Don Burr in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Detroit versus everybody. Don Burr, what's going on? For the Twitch or YouTube thing, Pat? What you mean? For the Twitch or YouTube thing, Pat, to help y'all decide which one? I don't know. Unless I missed something. Did I miss a part of that he typed out? I don't think so. I do have Twitch because I'm a gamer, but I'm just saying for the Twitch. For convenience, YouTube would be better. That's what I was thinking. YouTube's better because everybody's over here. I could just be like, let's all head over to TWCB Gaming instead of like switching the entire app. But no, that's a work in progress that we're trying to get worked out. I think it would be a lot of fun. I haven't even played 2K this year. So I don't even know what's really going on there. I got to brush up on it. System-wise, we're probably going PlayStation 4 because most people don't have the next-gen games yet. But we can probably set up a league on both sides. But we just want to get one up and running. We want to get through one league, kind of see what we're working with, see what we're dealing with, and then once we get it going, then we can start adding on, branching off and stuff like that, and we'll be able to, be able to get more and more people in there. Prize wise, no clue. I'm thinking I'm thinking a ring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm thinking a trophy with a ring. I don't know if we go Stanley Cup or we go NBA championship. Everybody gets one, or NBA champion, or everybody gets one NBA championship, or one trophy engraved. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the one thing that I can't guarantee about the league. And it's one thing that we tried to do in our leagues. There are going to be rules. There are going to be deadlines to keep the league moving. So game-wise, like a certain time you can play your game. Cornelia Smith, money. Listen, money is always there. Yeah, it's always an option. Maybe we throw a gift card in there. You know what I'm saying? A Benny's Beverage Depot. Get a sponsor for the show. Money. You know what I'm saying? But there will be rules in place. The rules will be followed. That is one thing that is mandatory for me. It's the reason that I've jumped out of a lot of leagues. Don Burr, you can't get in there. You can have your Detroit. Hey, I'll say this, right? For most people, we're gonna do, or for just about everybody in the league, we're gonna do the pull out a name thing, where you pull out a name, pull out a team. Those go together. That's your team for the 30 that make it, or 27, because at a minimum, I'm gonna be in the league. Whether I win or lose, I'm gonna be in the league. I kind of will guarantee that I will give Don Burr Detroit. If Don Burr joins the league, I will guarantee I give Don Burr Detroit. Yeah, I'm saying, like, I feel like no one in here really wants Detroit anyway. He already wants them. I'll give Don Burr Detroit. If anyone's opposed to it, but what my plan is I will probably do. So we'll set up a date, where we get a tournament in place. We'll have a tournament where we play through, you know what I'm saying, just regular teams, do 6-minute quarters, something like that. Play through each game. The best of those will make the first league. Right? We can do that every year. You know what I'm saying? To a certain point. Do like relegation. The best of those make the league. You play through, we do the gaming for the year. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be fun. And we'll do tournaments throughout the year, stuff like that. I think that'd be dope. We have fun doing stuff like that. We enjoy doing stuff like that, man. So keep on the lookout for stuff like that. That is coming sooner than later. Ringo dropped that, and we immediately started looking at how to make it happen. The draft gonna be 6 hours. Now we're not doing a custom teams draft, dog. Bam said let's do a custom team. We're not doing a custom teams draft, dog. With 30 teams, you want to do a custom teams draft? Get up out of here, dog. Come on now. You get the team you get. Here's the thing, though. We want to keep the leagues going for a length of time. So it's not like we're going to switch out a bunch of teams. I would say if we'll do something where, like, if you make the playoffs, if you do, something like that, you keep your team going into the next season. Maybe if you miss, you lose out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're getting through the steps of this, but I think I just thought it was such a great idea from Ringo. It was his way that he wanted to interact with you guys. And I thought it was great. Cornelius, we should have a tournament for who plays with the Bulls. Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But how we're gonna do it, rules can't change though. Nah, hey, listen, Steve-O, I don't play that. Ask the dudes I play in. Ask the dudes in the leagues I play in. I don't do that. If I set these rules, these are the rules. If you agree to these rules, these are the rules. And I'm not going to lie to you, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. The rules are being set. There will be no arguing over the rules. Those are the rules. We can get a rules committee going if this thing actually takes off. We come down and sit and say, are we going to change some rules? But that's different. That's a long play there. But I thought that it was such a great idea, great concept by Ringo, where we're able to come in and interact with you guys, spend time with you guys, enjoy more time with you guys. And really, like, how we basically want to do it is we're going to put up, it might be me on the screen or something like that, but we'll put it up where both audios can be heard so that you can hear my mic, I can hear your mic on the stream. We can post that on Twitch. And we can, when it comes down to the championship, we'll set up a special spot where we can all be together and we'll vlog it all, do it all live, kill a game, man. Great concept. Great concept. Shout out to Ringo, man. As we're coming down the home stretch here, we got about 28 minutes left here on the show. We're going to be doing this all week. Unless there's some new news. Doesn't look like it. Ooh, didn't get the Bakis trade here. Hey, just in case you were wondering, Baki threw it in the trade machine, Tom. The trade actually works. Derrick Jones Jr. and Matt Collins for Marvin Bagley would actually work. That's funny. Now I'm down for the trade. Make it happen. No, I'm just playing. But, no. Looking at this Super Bowl coming up, and we kind of talked about this early. How are you preparing for it, and who are you going with? How are you preparing for it, and who are you going with? And also, what's your go-to meal there? I don't know what I'm bringing. I feel like meatballs is always a hit, right? Might go meatballs on that. Gotta bring a dish. You gotta bring a dish. If you're that dude that shows up to the super party with no dish and like cheap beer, come on, bro. Do better. Do better. Can't go wrong with mac and cheese. Mac and cheese ain't a bad one. Might have to bust out mac and cheese. I've got a fire mac and cheese recipe. Steak and lobster for Joey B and the dub. Ugh. Getting expensive now. Chicago Guards are very Italian. Man, just meatballs, dog? That's very Italian. Just meatballs? I'm talking about like the ones you stick the toothpick in. Pizza, wings, and sliders. Chicago Guards are going tamales. I'm not mad at some tamales. That would actually hit. Now I want tamales. Dang it. Yeah, Tom, I'm with you right there. Tom says, don't be the guy that shows up with a bag of Doritos. Yeah, dog. Come on, man. Do better. Do better. Like, it's not hard to throw something together. There's a bunch of Super Bowl appetizers you can throw together. You wrap it up, put it in, and you dig head to the... Come on, bro. You got to bring something to the party. More than just alcohol. Alcohol was already there before you got there, bud. I guarantee it. I stand by. That's a brand name. I stand by it. I guarantee it. The alcohol was there before you showed up. Don't be the dude that shows up with just Miller High Life talking about, but it's the champagne of beers. By the way, we'd love a Miller High Life sponsorship. Now, James Ramirez, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you on this one. James says, dips don't count either. If it says boil in the instructions, you ain't cooking. I don't know if I go that far. Because a fire dip can make a party, right? I've been to Super Bowl parties that I remember the dip to this day. Somebody makes a banging dip, I'm not a spinach guy. This lady made a spinach dip at a Super Bowl party when the Seahawks were playing the Broncos. That's how long ago I remember this dip. A fire dip is different. You know what I'm saying? Like a fire dip is different. I'm allowing, you can pull up to my Super Bowl party with a dip, and I'm cool with that. You showed up with something. You have to bring your own chips though. Chicago Garza said he's the one who brings the za. Depends on whose party you're going to. I'm not mad at the za in the building. Depends on whose party you going to though. Don't pull up to me with no kind of gummy bears. I don't know if they're legally sanctioned or not. I think we all agree that a gummy bear shouldn't be able to steal your soul. Again, Steve-O, respect. Because that's kind of how it is. You know what I'm saying? The za was there before you got there. That's that, dog. And yeah, man, Super Bowl party etiquette. Let's break it down here. Super Bowl party etiquette. Step 1, don't pull up with your whole family and not bring nothing. Don't pull up with your whole family and not bring nothing. Talking about, oh, we thought we were invited. We brought the Sprite. You better Sprite up out of here, my guy. Go get some food. And then you want to be the dude drinking all the good beer. Also, don't be the dude that brings the Busch Light and sits there drinking the Modelo's all night. No, your beer of the night is Busch Light, bud. You brought the Busch Light. Your beer of the night is Busch Light. You don't get to get in on the Modelo's. You finish off them Busch Lights. And when you finish off them Busch Lights, then you can get in on the Modelo's. But you knew doggone well wasn't nobody drinking that Busch Light. So you finish that. And you know ain't nobody drinking it after this. So you finish that. Show up with the Natty Ice talking about it's a great summer drink. It's the middle of winter. You know what I'm saying, dog? Come on now. Super Bowl etiquette here. What's some other rules you got to do? Here? What we say? We said don't show up with the bag of Doritos. Now here's more just etiquette in general. Don't get wasted at somebody's house and now they have to make the decision for you not to drive home. Don't do that. If you're going to a party and you're going to get wasted, have your Uber. Make sure somebody has the Uber ready, or you know you've already had that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ignorant. Right, Bam. Don't be ignorant. Stay hydrated as well. Good Super Bowl etiquette. That's what we're talking about out here. What's some other rules? Throw some rules at me, man. I'm trying to think of some more, man, because there's a lot of rules that people be breaking every single year. I'm trying to think of some other ones, dog. Because I mean, it's shout out to Bam. No Reggie. Respect. Now, Steve-O, that's different. Now, Steve-O, that's a personal rule there. That rule needs to be set ahead of time. Good rule, though. If this is you, when the game's over, that was nice. Goodbye. Now, that's a personal rule. That's a personal rule. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind if you kick it after the game. Now, it is on a Sunday night. Muzz got to work in the morning. I'm a little different. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm letting y'all know right now, there may not be a Monday show after the Super Bowl. Why? Because Pat sets the schedule. Also, because Pat knows he's going to be out all night. The guy whose house I'm going to, we kicking it. We kicking it. Now, you might see Kid up in here. You might see Ringo in here the next day breaking down the Super Bowl. Pat, probably not going to be here. I'll set everything up, though. We'll keep it good. Trying to think. Some other rules here. Some Super Bowl etiquette rules. Oh, if you're the person whose kids aren't watching the Super Bowl and are just running around, that is fine. They cannot be in front of my TV. I will designate an area for kids. Let me know kids are coming to kick it. There will be a designated area for kids to play around. It will not be anywhere where adults are going to be seen. Also, watch your own kids. They will essentially be in the basement where nothing will be touched. It will be cold. They probably should wear coats and shoes. Watch your own kids. If I hear I'm not getting up. The game is on. What happened to Billy? Billy fell down on a saw. There was a saw in the basement. Why was Billy by the saw? I don't know. That's on you. Steve-O says you can kick it for an hour or two, but once it gets to like 1:30, all right, my guy, it's time to go. I'm with you. I can get down with that. That's a good rule. That's a good rule. Have some etiquette on. Also, if it's not your house, have some etiquette on when it's time to go. If you see somebody hit hey, man, what y'all finna get into? I don't even know yet, bro. Oh, yeah. I got work in the morning, so that means get out. Understand the etiquette that's happening. Super Bowl etiquette. That's what we're breaking down here. Good conversation. Oh, this is a tough one for me as well, Steve-O. Steve-O coming with some hard-hitting ones, but this is a tough one for me as well. Know your personnel. Don't be talking trash, and you're in the lion's den. That's a tough one for me. I talk trash when I'm down. I talk trash when I'm up. Call me the podcast MJ. I am the dude that talks garbage at people's house, even when it's full of the other fan base. The worst you're going to do is fight me, and you're not going to fight me. I'm that dude. I'll go into Lambeau Field and be like, bird on. Big energy. And most of the time, they respect you for it. Sometimes you get some dude that just like, wants to fight you or randomly throws a racial slur, it's Lambeau Field. But man, I'm definitely talking garbage when I'm down. I ain't gonna lie, it's just me. Outnumbered, down, back against the wall, garbage. That's just me. We're talking Super Bowl etiquette here. Super Bowl party etiquette. If you bring the Mad Dog 2020, you do not get to sip the Douce. Same as the Busch Light rule, but more expensive. If you bring the E and J, you do not get to drink the Douce. What else we got? Steve-O says, don't be that guy taking food home either. Depends on if they invite you to take the food or not. If you get the invite, hey, everybody take a plate. I don't want all this extra food in the house, blah, blah, blah. There is a stipulation to this. There is a stipulation to this. If you didn't bring food, you don't get to take food. If you did not bring food, you don't get to take food. I'll say it once again because some of y'all still gonna do it. If you did not bring food, you do not get to take food. It seems simple, but people will miss it. Because I've seen them miss it continuously. You always see Auntie making plates for her husband at home. Husband at home didn't show up for the party. Life for the party. He didn't show up. He don't get to take food. This food is here food. This is not for later food. Auntie, you want to take a plate? You take a plate. You want to give your plate the husband at home? You can give your plate the husband at home. But it's not a 2-plate take home, dog. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Come on now. What else we got? In-party Super Bowl etiquette. This is a good topic here. If y'all can't think of none now, tweet them to me throughout the day. I'll retweet them mugs, man. What am I at? We just broke 12K over here, man. What am I at on Twitter, man? 4864. I'm trying to get the 5,000 Twitter subs, man. Let's get this mug cracking. Got to get the 5,000 Twitter fans. I'm at 4824. Oh, here's another one. If you're here for the drinks, or if you make yourself a drink, I should say, you finish that drink. You do not start multiple drinks. We're keeping this thing kosher. I don't want nobody passing out on my floors. Finish your drinks. You crack a beer, that's your beer. Oh, it's warm now. I don't want to see you pouring beer in the sink. You better chug that warm beer, stick it out in the snow for 20 minutes, bring it back in. You don't got snow there? There's a freezer somewhere. Cass says, don't be that guy that states like 10 times that he doesn't like sports. He's just here for the commercials. Facts. Oh, I come to the Super Bowl. I watch the Super Bowl every year for the commercials. We do not care. We do not care. There's always that one dude, right? There's always that one dude that's like, he's just there because like his wife likes sports for some reason, or he just hangs out with a group of dudes, or he's invited over because he's the neighbor guy and you didn't want to leave him out of the party. Don't be that dude. Oh. Like, listen, we all know the basic rules of sports. Don't act like the idiot in the room where you just, did they just hit a home run? I'll punch you. Did they score a goal? You're about to get took out. You know what it is. You're telling me you're 36 years old and you've never heard somebody say touchdown? What else we got? Now, here's the thing, right? Tom says same thing with the plate. Don't pile it sky high and waste it all. I agree with you. Also, here's a caveat. You know your food sucks. Do not make me tell you your food sucks. Do not bring that food. If you have to go out and buy something, you go out and buy something. That's acceptable. But if you know your cooking sucks, don't bring that nasty food into the building. Don't bring that nasty meatloaf or dip or somehow you done burnt these hot dogs, or you brought your own personal rib recipe that nobody rocks with because you use like baking soda on the ribs. You got your own thing that don't nobody else use. Oh, I like to put salt and then vinegar on it in the beginning, but then halfway through, I add a little bit of quinoa in there. Nobody wants to eat that. Nobody wants to eat that. What the heck are you talking about? Quinoa? Don't be that dude. You know nobody likes this. Nobody likes this in your house. You like this. You're trying to find that validation, and I will be the dude to tell you to your face, hey, dog, this sucks. Who made this? Who put the raisins in the potato salad? If you're in Chicago and you pull up to someone's crib looking for a parking spot, and you see chairs in that parking spot, for the sake of your life, that is not your parking spot. Leave that spot alone. We're talking about Super Bowl etiquette here. If your friend or whoever only has street parking and you got to park up the block for your personal safety, park up the block. Yes, it's going to be a cold walk back. You should have worn a coat. But for your own personal safety, do not move somebody's dibs. And no matter what's there, dog, you might see a nativity scene with Jesus right there. You might see a park bench. Don't even know how they got that. You might see a chair from Comiskey Park there. Do not touch that. That is somebody's parking spot that they spent their time to shovel out. You will get shot. Super Bowl party etiquette. We're trying to keep people alive and everybody having a good time here. Let's keep it going. We got 4 minutes left in the show. Let's keep it going. Super Bowl party etiquette. I'm running out of them. I'm not going to lie. Burns says, don't sit up there talking about people's food. If you going to eat it anyway, it's irritating. Okay. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. You know what? I get what he's saying though. Like if it's good enough and you like, no, it's good, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we go, yeah, I could do better. Get up out of here with that. Get up out of here with that. Steve-O, we're not going to the store either once the game starts. Better get your blunts, bottles, and blankets. I don't care. I'm not moving. Agreed. Also, to the ladies going to the Super Bowl party that aren't here for the Super Bowl, halftime is not the time to do nothing. We got Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar. I'm not moving. Halftime is not the time to do nothing. Oh, is it halftime? Would you mind going to? No, you're going to be mad tonight. I'm sorry. You're going to be upset. I'm sorry. You'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm not doing the whole here we go. We about to, all right, it's halftime. I'm finna run to the store. No, I'm not. I'm not missing nothing. 3.5 hours watching the TV. Three and a half hours watching the TV. And finally, my last one for the day. I might come up with a bunch of these and drop these all week. My last one for the day. If you're in a household that has a dog that can do damage, and you know this, stop lying to these people and telling that dog it don't bite. Oh, he's fine right there. He doesn't bite. He's just laying down. Now, for the people that's also there, stop believing them. It got teeth, don't it? But stop lying to these people and telling them your dog do not bite. He don't bite. He's nice. He's a good boy. I loved it. He's such a good boy. Look at him. He kisses me, and then all of a sudden you look over to the left, and I'm ready for you to come into the house now. Okay, I didn't realize I was dealing with evil tonight. I thought I was coming to watch the Super Bowl, man. Those are my etiquette rules on Monday, man. I'm going to come up with a bunch of these this week, dog, because that mess is funny to me. Let's have a great Super Bowl, man. It's Monday of Super Bowl week. I appreciate everybody for pulling up and showing love to the show, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page as always. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, man. We'll be back on here later for Bulls Live Call. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.